Over the past months, I've played a lot of 1.6, and I don't play it out of pure nostalgia. I genuinely find it fun, and it's my favorite version of Counter-Strike. It has the best movement in the whole franchise, the gameplay loop still holds up quite well, and the community is still going strong even after 25 years. I genuinely think the casual experience of 1.6 today holds up better than CS2 does. And I think it's because the gameplay is raw and purely skill-based. There's no added distractions, no fluff, just Counter-Strike at its core. And that's exactly why Classic Offensive has always been on my radar. But the big difference now is that it's finally releasing tomorrow. So let's quickly talk about it right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee, sign up now, and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey. Classic Offensive is a CSGO mod that brings back the feel of 1.6, the gameplay, the weapons, the maps, all within CSGO, but without the extra fluff like skins and other modern clutter. It was created by Zool and has been kicking around for nearly a decade now, which makes it all the more exciting that it's releasing tomorrow. From someone who was born with 1.6, who still plays it today, and having tested Classic Offensive, I'd say that it sits right in the middle. It feels like 50% CSGO and 50% 1.6. But that's a good thing, because let's be real, we already have 1.6. Classic Offensive was never meant to replace it. It was meant to offer something in between, taking what made 1.6 great and reshaping it a bit into something fresh yet familiar. So if you've ever wanted to play 1.6 but don't feel like going all the way back to an engine with an old school janky feel, core features missing, unbalanced quirks, and the FPS locked to 100, then Classic Offensive is the way to go. With its release, you'll have multiple maps to play, all fully remade for Classic Offensive. You'll even find Pool Day and Ice World. There are also lots of game modes that you can play, from casual, competitive, all the way to zombie mod, and even Instagib. And since this is built on CSGO at its core, you have more control over your settings, such as your crosshair, HUD, view model settings, which is a clear upgrade over 1.6. Classic Offensive brings back some of the most iconic 1.6 mechanics, like pixel-perfect nade lineups. You have your old-school weapons like the classic knife, and of course the goated M4, with and without a silencer, where both options are actually viable. And wallbanging is very much viable, not as busted as 1.6 paper-thin walls, but definitely something worth attempting from time to time. But not everything is straight out of 1.6 either. Some things lean more towards CSGO, like how there's no buying ammo, it refills every round, picking up weapons with E, a much improved buy menu, and native bot support, to name a few things. So really, it's a combination of old school meets much needed modern takes from CSGO. Very similar to a best of both worlds kind of situation. And most importantly, the recipe works very well because the performance is great. I'm basically stuck at 400 FPS on Dust 2 with a server full of bots. This can make or break an experience, so seeing this, just feeling this, makes me very happy. Gameplay at its core is fast, responsive, and the feedback has been heavily optimized to be very rewarding. Zool, in my opinion, has a very deep understanding of player feedback, what feels good, what doesn't, and he incorporates that knowledge into everything he makes for Classic Offensive. You can just tell from the drawing animations, from how it feels to move, to shoot enemies with the blood splatter, how they fly back from headshots. It's the small decisions, the small details like this that makes Classic Offensive feel really responsive and rewarding to play. It's almost unsettling how good this feels, especially when you realize that CS2 still struggles with some of the same things. Now, I've only played against bots so far, and I missed all of the playtest sessions because it seems my schedule is always working against Zool, but if it's this good against bots, I can only imagine that it must feel even better against real players. Which is why I'm very hyped for the release tomorrow. I suggest following Zool and the project so you know when it drops, and I'll leave links down below. Peace.